It's Week 12 of the National Football League, and our focus is on Rachaad White. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Buccaneers and the Colts, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the... The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is the number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And Richardson back to throw it. And he's got Pierce. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
The Colts at 4-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
A gain of 32 that time. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to the air with Richardson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down at 17. Richardson now on second down. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there? Yeah. 2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
That stop made behind the line by Smoke Monday. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Mayfield. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Here comes the Buccaneers. A timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams on defense and may blitz.
Touchdown! Alec Pierce with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. To the sideline and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. You look at this Colt defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
This is such a good unit of covering passes downfield. I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes. See if they can generate some.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Mayfield down. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case. Yeah,
and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. 1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This is 2nd and 8. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Taylor will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Richardson looking to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Richardson now on 3rd and goal. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Ashton Durham from 4 yards out. And the Colts are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. They go play action. Mayfield. It fights him off. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
Now a 2nd and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught at the 20. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 53 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine, this offense is...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Quiddy Pay racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw, Mayfield. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Smoke Monday in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
A 46-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now it's Richardson. That's going to be taken in by Downs. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, back to the air with Richardson. He'll let one go deep for Downs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
They go play action with Richardson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And it's fielded at the 34.
One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Mayfield looks to throw. Completes it again to Gage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down, Mayfield.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first two passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Trey Palmer in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bucs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
So we hit halftime.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So this a two-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Mayfield on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On second down, they'll run with White. Fights through and now a crease. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 28.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on third down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
First down, here's White.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Mayfield off the play fake.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll set up a throw.
Look at Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up second down.
1 yard gain. brings up 2nd and 9 at the Colts 10-yard line.
They'll go up the middle with White. A spin. Fights loose. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
That's taken in by Gage. Touchdown! Russell Gage, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Buccaneers 17.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Now Richardson back to throw it. He's going to find Taylor downfield. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. Got his open man. It's Mallory. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 9. And Richardson looks to throw once more. And that is incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
39-yard
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They start the drive with White. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in that 1st and... The defense there was Brandon Smith. Back to stop him before he got to the line of scrimmage. Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Someone's closing in on the lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you have 2 more to his total.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is White on the screen. down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. Runs through the contact. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Indy set to go on offense once more.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Richardson off the play fake.
Being chased out left.
And throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Going with White here, toss left, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. There goes a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Richardson looking to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover.
12 yards between them and the end zone. 2nd and 10.
Opting to run again here with White. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Julian Blackman on the tackle. A 3-yard gain on the play.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down.
On third down, Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
And his kick is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on third and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful, because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Richardson to throw it. That's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do they do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines, because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They'll try the right side here with White. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here's second down.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet.
On third down, a run from White.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage, because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Here's 1st and 10.
Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third one winner. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Tampa Bay, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.